What's going on, guys? Mike on the mic here. We are back with another episode of For the Culture here, presented by Culture Fresno. We are in the House of Culture right now, man. What do you think about this dispensary right here, man?
I love it, bro. The House of Culture is a beautiful name for it. I mean, I've been here a couple times to buy weed. Just didn't know I'd be doing an interview here one day. So
Hey, man, full circle.
Yeah, it's one of those moments. I love it,
Awesome.
man. The House of Culture.
Well, it's just called Culture Fresno, but we in their house right now.
When we on this mic, when we in this space, this is the House of Culture. This is what it is.
For the culture, man. So thank you so much for coming on today, man. We got Brian Cade in the building, man. I know you guys have seen this guy around, man. For everybody that's going to be seeing you on this platform for the first time, can you introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, what you do.
What's good? It's your boy Brian Cade here, local R&B singer, aka the most handsome motherfucker in town. You know what I'm saying? Your boyfriend ugly. You know what I mean?
Fresno's very own, or what?
Fresno's very own, man. Brian Sullivan is my real name, first and last. Brian Cade was created in Fresno. So Brian Cade is from Fresno.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. So growing up in Fresno, man, and I know you went to Clovis High, right?
Hell yeah.
How'd that influence you? And do you think that, influenced your style?
Yeah, I love that I was able to move out here just in general. I was from a very sheltered home. I was a single kid living with my dad and my stepmom, so they were very, very strict. I couldn't watch music videos and stuff like that, but I was always a big fan of music. And then moving out here with my mom, it was a lot more space to just kind of like figure out who I am as a kid. And I was supposed to go to Hoover High School.
Okay.
And you know how that goes. My mom ended up working more hours and people started making more money, so we moved to Clovis. And the conversation for me, it being the oldest, was just like, this is going to be an opportunity for you to experience different things. They didn't tell me it was going to be good or bad. They just said different things. So, being from Clovis, man, it was just a great experience because I felt like I got a real shock of like what life is really like. Not being so sheltered and being only around people that are like me, but just being around all kinds of people and like understanding that life, I mean, with all the traveling I've done, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all kinds of people in the world. So I feel like I got jump-started and kick-started into that space at a young age, at like 12, 13, going to middle school.
Yes. Yeah, so did you go from Fresno school to Clovis schools?
Yeah, so I went to Bernie Elementary.
Okay.
And then I was supposed to go to Fort Miller and then go to Hoover. But I ended up going from Bernie, we moved to Clovis, and I went to Clark. And then I graduated from Clovis High.
Man, yeah, I know it's quite a difference, bro, between the 100%. Dynamics of each school, right?
Yeah. It was a lot different. But it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what life is really like presented to me, that life, good and bad in life is just kind of how you perceive it.
Yeah. So you weren't able to listen to or watch music videos being a little bit censored, right?
Yeah, when I was with my dad, it was one of those things where like they loved music, but I was a single child. So it was just like they had the opportunity to have two parents watching over my almost every step, just being younger. And there was a decision made that BET and MTV wasn't necessarily what we want our 7-year-old watching. Yeah. But I was 7, 8 years old. So it's like, I understand it. Even looking back, I used to be like, man, they were like wilding.
Yeah, twerking on there. And
I was 8. Maybe 8-year-olds shouldn't be watching BET. So
yeah.
But once I moved out here and I was 10, I was watching BET.
Yeah,
I was watching MTV. I was watching VH1. I was figuring it out.
Yeah, well, it was dope watching all those music videos before school and everything. Just have MTV going.
100%. A lot of my favorite songs came from just watching, like, if I could escape and be free to live in my own life. Like, that's me getting ready for school, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting fresh, about to go to school. So it was like MTV, BET definitely inspired me to even just want to do music and pursue it to a different level.
Yeah, so from what I know, you've been making music since middle school.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what kind of got you into the music, man, from, being a little bit censored beforehand?
Yeah, well, I've always been a fan of music, and I feel like singing and just like being expressive just in general was always like my calling. I used to get in trouble with my mom when I lived out here and with my dad when I lived out there for just being a social butterfly, not being able to sit in my seat, always getting up when I'm done with my work and going over to people and telling jokes and stuff. So it's like, I've always been a, expressive person. So I felt like being able to sing and being able to put that energy and stuff like that into music gave me more of an outlet. Like, I was the kid in middle school who was taking my lunch in the choir room, writing songs and stuff like that with my heads.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Like, really trying to get to it. So
what are some of your influences?
Um, well, like I said, just being a sheltered kid, like I feel like my whole life growing up as a kid, I never really got to decide what the music was being played. So I had to
Mm,
choose and listen to the stuff that was being played and choose to like it or not. So like a lot of Stevie Wonder,
okay.
Temptations, Michael Jackson. That's like where the bass really starts from. And then like obviously like Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Neo. Um, yeah, Kanye West is a big influence as well. Just you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Those are some definitely some greats. I can
Yeah.
see the R&B,
Yeah,
background for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. There we go. There we go.
So, what was like maybe some of the music you started making where, or what was the first song that you made where you were like, man, maybe this can take me somewhere,
I
or
think
maybe
it
it could
was
really
like when
do
I was
something with
in
this life.
like high school, like having a boy band. I was in a band called Fantasy Boys in high school. So it was
Okay.
like having one of those things and being able to perform it in front of the class, in front of the school on lunch, and like people coming up to us and be like, "Yeah, that was hot, fam."
Mhm.
That was probably like the first time. We had
Yeah.
a bunch of songs, so I can't really name which one was the one, but it's like I'm a pretty like driven person, so I feel like since legit I've been like, "Nigga, I'm about to do music, bro. What you
Yeah.
talking about?"
Man, and so I was looking into you obviously, man, and I saw that you had a chance to open up for Kendrick Lamar, man. What was that like? What was
Yeah.
that moment like for you?
No, that was crazy because at the point when I did that, I was blessed to be on stage with my brother Z Will, who's somebody that is from the city, does music as well, and we all had the chance to go up there and open up for Kendrick. So it was like it was wild. Like for me, it was just a big deal because I remember listening to Overly Dedicated after I watched the Double XL freestyle,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Yo, he's hard," you know what I mean? And then to fast forward and being backstage talking to him, it's just a whole nother like element. But like one thing that he told me and told all of us is that your mind really controls a lot of what happens in your life. So I've been on like a whole sabbatical in life, just trying to figure out what exactly he means.
Mhm.
And then to just like see the trajectory that he took it to since he was out here performing and we opened for him. It's like I think he was onto something. It was like an ongoing pursuit
Mhm.
to figure out what he's figured out.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So I know ever since then, that was a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
and you're catching momentum. You're, getting more and more experience, right, with the music.
Yeah.
I know around 2019, you kind of had some big breaks that year.
Yeah, well, I think it again, like it all comes down to perspective. So it was like at the point where I was at, I was finally getting to the stage where I was recording myself. I started feeling more comfortable about the stuff that I'm making. And I was actually more open to start collaborating with people. And one of the first people I got the chance to collaborate was my friend Erica Watson, who's worked with Elton John and Timberland and stuff like that.
Wow.
So when she reached out and asked to work with me, just me being a wide-eyed kid, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this is the moment. We got to go up. She worked with Elton and Timberland and, you know what I mean? Blase, blase, blah. And it's just like, I started kind of cultivating the team and the group of people that I have around me around that time. So Nate played a very big point in that because he produced the whole album we made,
Well,
going on forward from there. So it was just like, yeah, it just felt like everything was about to happen. And then COVID hit. And I think a lot of
man.
people felt that way, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I think it
it was
stopped
supposed
a
to be
lot
my
of us.
year, and now I can't do shit.
Yeah, yeah, we were all locked inside,
Right,
but
right.
I mean, a lot of people got a lot of time to reflect on themselves during that time, right? I
100%.
I know during that time, right, you dropped a record called "The Best of Me," man, and
Yeah.
I heard that was inspired by your mom, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was one of those songs where it's like my mom's a huge Marvin Gaye fan. Like my whole life growing up listening to music with her, like when Marvin Gaye plays, she's like, "That's your baby daddy," or "That's my baby daddy. That's your dad." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I didn't really get it because I was so young, and his music I feel is so mature. Like you have to be a certain point to really appreciate what he's doing.
Mhm.
But once I started to understand it, I remember I moved back from LA and I was living at my mom's house, and I was like, I'm about to write a song that my mom's gonna rock with, crucially, and I'm gonna try to sing like Marvin because the beat just called for that. So that's really where like the inspiration came from. And then, like I say, when I'm performing it, like the more and more I perform it, I realize that it's really just an ode and a piece to anybody that's out there rocking with my music
Mhm.
or just rocks with me as a person. Like every time you see me, just know I'm giving you the best.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm never gonna give you the worst.
Yeah, yeah. You dropped a bar in this. I know we were talking right beforehand, man.
Yeah,
Can you drop that bar, man?
I think it was it said, only speaking from experience, you can't bear the pain that I've experienced. Falling in love's an experiment. I'm Victor Frankenstein, a mad scientist. Hey.
Yeah, that was a bar.
Yeah, and it's just like a whole idea of just like, you know what I mean? Falling in love is, you don't know about it until you do it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So just like
It's an experience, like you said.
it's experience.
Yeah.
And I'm an R&B guy, so I love hard
Mhm.
and I love a lot.
So going back to, pandemics hitting, man, you're catching some traction, everything gets shut down,
Yeah.
right? No more shows, no more really of this. Like, what's going through your mind at this time?
Put out music regardless
Mm.
because everybody else is at the point where they can't put out music or they think that they can't perform. So if you put out music, there'll still be somebody that's looking for music right now. We're all at home. So
Mhm.
we dropped an album called Radiant, and that was like it was like one of the few rebirths of Brian Cade where I was just like, you know what, this is like the new me. And I made it a big point to try not to sing about like women on that song and just talk about more about life and
Mhm.
things like that and just try to be more of a light. And yeah, my brother Nate again produced majority of that album. That's when we just started really locking in. And it was cool because we were shooting videos and stuff like that when everybody else was locked in. And it was like, oh shit, we shouldn't be out here.
Yeah. It was a good time though. I mean,
Yeah,
to certain extents,
you
right?
made the best of it, or
Yeah.
you made the worst of it.
Yeah.
You
But
know
a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
people were consuming so much content during that time.
100%, 100%. A lot
Mm.
of people made the best of their life at that point. People are
Yeah.
still eating off of that. But yeah, I felt like the pandemic kind of just like made me understand that I'm not like performing and like being in front of people isn't what makes me an artist. You know what I mean? I'm an artist because I'm an artist, bro. And just because I don't get to go out and perform in front of people doesn't mean that I'm not what I am.
Mhm.
You know, and I felt like that was like a real breaking point for a lot of people and just especially for myself, just like one of those things where it's like I could stop doing music right now for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
This is me.
You think that's like probably the most valuable thing you learned about yourself during that time?
Yeah, I think that and just the whole idea of just like believing what you believe in and like paying attention to like all of people. You know what I'm saying? Like not just the best part of people, but just like when people show you who they are, like take them for who they are. And I think a lot of people show themselves
Mm.
right or wrong, you know what I'm saying, during that time. So
Yeah, I know there's been somebody that's been a big part of like your success and your story, right?
yeah.
Nate,
Yeah, that's my
right?
boy, man.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can you tell us about your relationship with him? And you guys made 100 songs in 7 months, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I met Nate when he was 19 and I was like literally on the hunt for a DJ because I had someone who was DJing for me and I had a show and the plan was like he DJ for me and then the day of the show he's like, bro, I can't make it. And I was just like, all right, never again. You know what I mean? I got to go figure it out. I can't sit back and let somebody else be the reason why things shake or don't shake. So I went out and literally just hit the streets, went to different open mics and I remember meeting Nate and giving him my card and be like, hit me up, bro.
Yeah.
And kind of the rest is history. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We've been locked in. I mean, he's produced like on all the newest music that I've made in the last 5 years. He's produced at least 2 or 3 records on each album. He's one of my newest records that I'm really excited to put out. He's produced that.
Yeah.
We're performing December 5th together. This is my go-to dudes, like, you know, Batman and Batman. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
So you guys just locked in the studio, just
Yeah, the 100
pumping.
songs,
Yeah.
like the person who let me get the studio was very big on sending me videos of artists who are successful, and a lot of the videos were people talking about how once they locked in and made like 100 plus songs,
Mhm.
that's when things started to shake differently.
Okay.
And so I took heed to what he was saying. I was coming in after work when I was working at a grocery store, and then I quit working at the grocery store and just started coming in every day. Like every day I'm in here and I would pick Nate up and he would make 3 beats and then I would try to record at least an idea to every beat, whether it was a verse, a hook. And like it's 100 songs, but it's not like 100 full songs.
Mhm.
There's like 75 full songs and then it's like 22, 23, 24, 25 like songs that are just like hooks or just verses. But it was just like every day we were coming in with different ideas. Today I'm gonna sound like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Today I'm gonna sound like Prince. Today I'm gonna sound like, you know what I mean? And just like creating,
Just experimenting, right?
literally.
It's just
Literally.
like that when I read about that, right? It reminded me of Lil Yachty. He
Mhm.
dropped that song that got leaked, the Poland.
Oh
I
yeah,
took the
yeah,
what
yeah.
right, and he was like, I did not think, and like that
It
was
would
probably
go
never gonna
off.
see the light of day, right?
Right,
So
right.
leads me to my next question.
Man.
Out of those 100 songs, like how many of them are not gonna see the light of day and why?
I think a lot of those songs won't see the light of the day because in the midst of trying to make records every day, sometimes you use the same words, use the same concepts. And we put out a couple of those songs actually. And then some of these songs are songs that like I'm like committed to, like one day this song will come out.
Mhm.
But I think it again, like more of it was more of just like going to the gym and shooting 1,000 jump shots. It's like, why
Yeah.
are you going to the gym to shoot 1,000 jump shots? It's like, because when I need to make the shot, I'll have that practice of making 1,000 of them and
Mhm.
shooting 1,000 of them, and not just necessarily like knowing that this one's gonna be the one. Just more like sharpening the blade and making sure that when I get in the studio, I have experience of making 100 songs before, and every day going to the studio making songs. So yeah, let's put a beat on it. Let's do what I did when I was in the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And just being that. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody's like, oh, well, I need an idea, I need a concept, I need a producer, I need put the beat on, nigga. Let me hear
No, and
it.
that's crazy to think about because I feel like most people don't think about it that way. It's the same way as perfecting your craft is just doing it and doing it like you said, right?
With
You go in
no
the gym,
real like
you work out
expectations
and
of what's gonna come from it. I remember when we were making it, people would come to me and be like, "What are you doing these 100 songs for?" And I was like, "I don't know.
yeah.
We're just doing 100." I feel like if you do 100, then after we do 100, we'll know what to do next. And
Mhm.
it's like that's one of my big things. Like, go as far as your eyes can see, and when you get there, your eyes can see further, and then you go that far.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, your eyes can see further, and you go that far.
And you never know when something's gonna, make you wanna go back and say, "Hey, I got that idea. I remember that."
I mean,
Boom.
"Girl Like You," a song from one of our last projects, is a song that was made probably 3 years before it came out. It was created, it was tweaked, 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 and Nate's like, "Bro, this is the one, this is the one." I'm like, "It's not right yet. It's not right yet. It's not right." And it finally came out, and when it came out, everybody's like, "That's the one. We like that one."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of these songs, like, if they do come out, it's not gonna be one of those moments where everybody's like, "Oh, I think this is from that 100 pack." It's just gonna be the right time for the song to come out.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
everything in its right timing, right?
100%.
Definitely.
100%.
So out of those 100 songs, is that where Velvet came?
You know what's funny is that when we went to go create Velvet, I remember bringing those 100 songs to my boy Nick Tyler, who we work with closely.
Mhm.
That's my boy. Shout out to him. And I played the songs and I was like, "So which ones do you guys want to work on?" And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make a whole new album. We just wanted to hear the stuff that you were doing, just to hear where you were at," type shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So they heard the stuff and was like, "Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. All right, come back to the studio and we'll start working on your album." You know what I mean? And so none of those songs from the 100 were the songs on Velvet. Right.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience because again, it just continued to show me like, don't have expectations.
Yeah.
Just be more open for how things are gonna work out and go with the flow. Enjoy it.
I think that's where the love for the craft comes from because, I mean, if you're putting in all that work for it to mean nothing, it's like you gotta love it at the end of the day to be able to continue and say, "Imma start all over."
Well, if you would think about what I just said though, when you asked me about those 100 songs, it's like he listened to those 100 songs and said, okay, he's at the point where I could just put him in there and he can make new songs.
Mhm.
And this time I'm just gonna help him with the songs so the songs will already be better. And so again, it goes back to that idea of just sharpening the blade. Those 100 songs was literally getting me prepared to work with somebody like Nick, who's already gotten and made waves in the industry and done things, and hearing me and being like, okay, like if me and you combine our energy, and I walked in with like videographer, photographer, Nate. I walked in with like 4 people and was like, if you gonna rock with me, you gotta rock with all my people. You know? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's perfect. Like you got a whole team. Like I'm not trying to come and take anything from what you guys are doing. I'm just trying to add to it.
Mhm.
So when he was just like, we're gonna start a new album. And then we did 2 songs, and we did 2 songs that night that he said he didn't want to work on any of those songs. And I remember going home and listening to them and just be like, damn, these songs are hella good. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just being open to like collaborate and listening to it back and being honest with myself. Like these songs are better than the songs I was making by myself because there's an extra mind on the songs. And then after we made those songs, he was like, all right, we need to figure out what your sound is. And then we made Velvet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We figured out what the sound was going to be for that album. Nate cooked up the beats. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. We figured it out.
Was that your first studio project?
Um, no, not my
No.
first studio project, but that definitely is again, like I said, Radiant was a project where I was like, I'm trying to rebuild myself and come out like a new artist. So we did Radiant, and then right after Radiant was Velvet. So it was
Gotcha.
just like again, like I was wearing bell bottoms and big collared shirts, like just like really trying to understand what it takes to be an artist. So Velvet was like really the transition of me being like, it's more than just having good songs, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's your creative process inside like making a song?
When I go to the studio, it's normally like lots of melodies. A lot of not worrying about what I'm gonna say until we're focused on what we're gonna say. Let's just make melodies that sound hella tight. Like when I wrote Best of Me, it was like da 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 na na da da na 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 na. And I was like, what should I say? And then I started sussing out I don't know where I'd be without you. So here's the best of me. The best of me. The best of me. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
catching that flow.
But as long as the melody's good, that's what I learned being a Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even know what he's saying. You just know the melody is hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
so, with that being one of your biggest songs, Deserve It, right?
Yeah, I deserve it.
Did you know it was gonna be special when you made it? And what inspired that?
Deserve It was inspired by the real life situations I was going through. Being in a relationship, being like 2 feet in, but like head out the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that whole project Silk, like a lot of people like Silk, but for me, it was just like a very sensitive point in my life. And that's like the whole like doubt and belief point where it's just like Deserve It is doing so well and it's streaming higher than any song I've ever done. But I'm still in the same position I was in when I didn't have these streams. So do the streams even matter?
Mhm.
What am I gonna do next? Because I thought it was all about getting the high numbers on the streams, and now I got the streams and I'm still working at the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Yeah.
one of those things where it's just like it's great that the song is doing well and people could feel what I was feeling and enjoyed the song. And shout out to my sister Nikki Rain for helping write that song. You know what I mean? Brought it to me. But yeah, it was just an interesting space and an interesting time to just like kind of like evaluate and get back to the drawing board and be like, okay, it's more about having good songs. It's more about having cool videos. It's more about having streams. It's about being a whole package brand artist entity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta walk in and you gotta look at me and be like, oh, he's Nike. You know what I mean?
That brand.
And that's what I was starting to understand when Deserve It came out. And it was my most successful, highest stream song, 500,000 plays in 6 months. And I'm like, yo, what we doing? And everybody's like, yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just streams.
Well, did that change how you viewed yourself as an artist?
Yeah, it just made me, again, just like, because I told you, like, I'm a driven guy, bro. Like, I've been doing this for a while. So it's like, after I saw the streams and I saw my life being what it was, I wasn't like, oh, well, I guess it's just gotta stop now because I thought it was the streams and it's not the streams. I gotta stop. Like, nigga, I was like, all right, so it's not the stream. So let's get deeper. Let's figure out what it is. What are we doing next?
Yeah.
And that's when we created Cashmere. And that's when we made Cashmere. And that's the project that we put out that is like the face of the Brian Cade and Friends show. And the tour that we're going to put on next year is going to be the Cashmere tour. And yeah, it's just like the success of that song just made me dig deeper within myself and understand more of why I'm doing this and how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, because I gotta like imagine after making like a song like that and seeing it do those crazy numbers, like what's the feeling after that? Like pressure's on, right?
Yeah, to a degree. We put out a couple other songs that did well as well. But again, it was just like a strenuous time in my life where I was going through personal things. And then I was also going through the music stuff of me like being like, damn, I should have had the project ready when Deserve It dropped because then Deserve It blamed and went up and I should have had 4 songs ready to put out with Deserve It. I did it the wrong way and da-da-da-da. And then I'm also going through personal stuff too. So the pressure was on, but the pressure wasn't on to like top Deserve It. The pressure was on to like lock in, get back on my footing and like be the Brian Cade that I know I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, because I gotta imagine like, I mean, everybody that does social media, like everybody's always looking at the likes, the follows,
Right.
the views, right? So like you said, you have a song that does 500,000,
Right.
right? And like you said, you're like, well, nothing changed for me. Did that
Right.
give you any doubts in your mind or your beliefs?
Yeah, well, it just made me just, again, like the first initial idea is like, I'm waiting for the call. Who's going to hit me up? Because the song's going crazy now. So something's about to happen. And then it just continues to go up. But as I'm starting to reach out and trying to get some kind of motion, it's just like, okay, I realize that it's not just the streams. And like you said, there is a little bit of doubt, but the belief is way stronger than the doubt. Been practicing the belief, exercising the belief muscles for 10 years. So it's like,
Yeah.
the belief is way stronger than the doubt. So once I started to doubt myself, I just started to really look at the conversation I was having with myself in the doubt and starting to find the solution. And that's, again, like I said, when we started making Cashmere, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get all the Avengers and the superheroes that I know together. We're going to make one album, and then we'll see how that does.
Well, I think a lot that goes into it is your team, right?
Right.
What would you
100%.
say, like, how important is your team while you're doing all these things, and also with keeping that momentum going, keeping the faith strong?
Yeah, no, the team is like the most important, in my opinion. Just everybody that's very close to me understands how important being like mentally fortified is, like just being able to take life in stride. And so it's like being able to have people around you, from people on the production side to people on the dancing side to people on the songwriting side to people on the management side. Everybody just has a very fine understanding of the way that we should be looking at things. So if anybody kind of steps off of their square, you got 5 people around you coming to you and coming to your rescue. Like, no, bro, it's all good. Like,
Yeah.
something better is, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you gotta have that. I just watched a video. I was talking about how like celebrities aren't just born; they're manufactured by the people that are around them, people who understand what it takes to become that. And then the artist just has to buy into the program. So that's one thing that I'm really excited about. You know what I mean? We're buying in right now, and it's a happy time, bro. I got a great team around me.
Yeah.
And in my
Shout out your
opinion,
team. They're in here right now.
I've had a team around me my whole life, but I've never had a team like I do right now.
Wow.
So I'm very excited for the next couple steps.
Yeah, I think it shows, man. I think you did 2 projects this year.
Yeah.
Or you said 3, a little kind of.
Technically, yeah. We did a 3-pack project where we put 3 songs out. We had 2 of them that were on Cashmere, but we wanted to put out the song The Boy, and we wanted to give the boy a home to live on. We didn't want to just put it out by itself. So we put 745 in California out with The Boy. We put out Silk in February. We put out that 3-pack in the summertime, and then in September, we put out Cashmere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell us about those projects, and like, how do you feel it shows your evolution as an artist from, Radiant, what was your first project?
Yeah, no, Radiant is just a rebirth, but since I've first started making music and to where I'm at now, like there's so much more understanding for the zone and the lane that I'm in. I'm not just trying to do anything to show everybody that I can do anything. It's more intentional. It's more understanding of, this is the demographic of people that I'm reaching. These are the people that I'm talking to. And this is how the music has to sound. This is how I have to dress. This is how I have to look. You know what I mean? So I think, again, like going back to that concept of being a brand, you know what I mean? We're in culture.
Yeah.
People buy weed based off of the brand.
Yeah.
They look at it and they go, that's what I'm smoking. I'm trying to be that.
Or what they resonate, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to be for not just Fresno, but the whole Central Valley, where they can resonate with the brand Brian Cade and the music and the looks and the fashion and just the wiggle, and just be like, he represents Central Valley in a positive way. I like that guy.
Yeah. I definitely think there's the energy, right?
Yeah.
That you feel when somebody walks in the room. You could just, tell.
Right.
Right.
100%.
And they have that, like you said, that aura around them.
Yeah.
Right.
The oil farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oil farmers.
Man, so what's coming in next for you, man? I've been seeing your stories, man. You seem like a super fun dude. I saw you were at like karaoke yesterday or
Hell yeah.
something, bro. I'm sure people requesting some songs.
Yeah,
from you.
people have requests all the time, and I'm just like, do you hear my voice? Like, come on now. Don't make me sing that when I can sing like this, you know. But also, it's just, it's all fun. Nah, the next thing for me, though, is December 5th, Fulton 55.
Fulton 50. Okay.
Brian Cade and Friends.
Okay, see, that's what I was about. What is going to be Brian Cade and Friends?
Brian Cade and Friends is my first headlining show in Fresno. I've been doing music out here for a long time. I've opened up for Jason Derulo, opened up for Kendrick Lamar, opened up for Tyga. Work with a lot of legends in town as far as like Fashion, my brother Be Nice, rest in peace, Z Will. So this is the first time that I'm doing my own headlining show where I will be the main act.
Wow,
so Fulton 55, December 5th.
No, congrats, bro.
Hell
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
That's blessings, bro. That's blessings.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you wanna. I know we talked a little bit, you want to have Nate hop on and
Yeah.
talk a little bit
Let's
about
get
that?
Nate up in here,
Yeah,
man.
Nate.
You're my boy. My boy. What's up with Taj, man? What's up with Styles, man?
Come on, Ben, brother.
That's gonna be me and Brian.
Yeah. Now, December 5th, Brian Cade and friends. I think it's only right that I bring in one of the friends that will be there performing. I just had a conversation with Nate where I was like, nigga, you're important, bro. I need you, nigga. So it's just like,
How I look, Taj?
it only makes sense. You gotta look at him on the camera. Gotta see how he looks on camera, bro. They look like Beavis and Butthead, or what? What up with the boy, man?
What's up, man?
Nate, the legend. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy right here. I done been in like fighting bouts about Nate. Niggas trying to talk about Nate's production. I'm like, nigga, what you mean, nigga? So, yeah, this is my guy right here. We're gonna be rocking December 5th, man. You have anything to say about it?
It's already looking like it's gonna be a good turnout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got C Millie coming out from the East Coast. A lot of great local talent: Haley, Cinco, Nikki Rain, and of course myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
My
pretty
brother,
excited about it.
Chanel Xavier's coming out from
Snow.
Vegas.
Snow as well.
Yeah. Chanel's gonna come through more buff than me, but that's all right. That's why he's there. He's not more handsome. He's more buff. It's not the same.
But yeah, I would say we're both pretty excited about it.
What you got in store December 5th?
December 5th, I'm excited to host the night. Of course, do my thing, DJ. And of course, DJ for you as well, and all the other artists. Yeah, man, I'm excited. We've been rocking for quite a while, say 4, going on 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So to be a part of something like this, where it's your first headlining show home, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting, you know?
Yeah. And Nate's been here and there. Done some shit, seen some shit.
Yeah.
Rock with some niggas, huh?
A lot, yeah.
You don't want to name drop or you're good?
No, we're good. They could do
The show? Yeah. Ready? Are you ready? What it is Brian Cade here. I'm with my brother Nate, and we're just going to let you guys know December 5th. If you don't know what you're going to be doing, I'm going to let you know right now. You're going to be at 4th and 55 at Brian Cade and Friends. It's going to be an extravaganza. That's the word I'm using.
So dress extravagant.
Yeah. Red carpet event. My brother Nate is going to be on the 1s and 2s. I might even have Styles from White Glove Service. I don't know if y'all know about that. I might have him jump on stage and do a little something. So like, you know what I mean? Let's make it a night. Brian Cade and Friends, December 5th, 4th and 55. It's going down. Man, working with my brother Nate, we met, 2018? Was it 2018 or 19?
2019.
2019 we met. So I had just moved back from LA, and just a dissertation, not to take the light off Nate, but like I remember driving Uber in LA and picking up 3 people to work with Ty Dolla $ign in one day. And they all came to the same studio. And I was like, let me guess, you're gonna work with Ty today. And she's like, yeah, how'd you know? Because I dropped 2 niggas off before this to work with Ty. And that's when I like started to understand, like, you really need a team of people who do all kinds of different things to help you succeed. So I left LA and I was like, I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna start a team. And the first person that I really recruited to my team was Nate. I was like, I need a DJ and I need somebody who understands the style of music I do, somebody who's from Fresno and in Fresno, but doesn't necessarily live and breathe the Fresno sound, understands that there's other sounds that are dope. And so I think the most detrimental or most like crucial conversation, not detrimental, it's a positive thing, most advantageous conversation me and Nate had, he had a selection sticker on his laptop and I was like, you see that sticker right there? We need to make our own selection. And it was just like after that, we was locked.
Wait, shout out to Selection.
Yeah, big shout out to Selection. Brought the boys together, you know?
Yeah, man.
But from then, from producing most of Radiant to where we're at now, like right now, just leaving the studio with some people that have done some dope shit and me playing Nate's beat at that first session. And they were like, what's this? I was like, oh yeah, that's my boy, you know, that's my guy. So it's just like to see the growth in not only just him, but everything that we've done and just like mad conversations, bro. Just like, nigga, lock the fuck in. And that's on both ends, you know what I mean? Where I've had to come and get right on him and he's had to come and get right on me. So it's just like a real brotherly bond, just realizing that like family is blood, but family is also who you choose to be a family. And it's my brother right here. So I'm excited for December 5th. It's really just a milestone and a jumping off point. Everything we have in store from here on is just going to be that top tier, you know what I mean? Top shelf, high octane gas.
Most definitely. I would say we've been able to do a lot, you know, from 2019 to now 2025.
Yeah.
Doing shows in LA, New York, been in New York twice, played at SOBs. There's a lot we've been able to do, but there's something that's very exciting about December 5th, you know what I mean? So yeah, very excited about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. From infinity to beyond. Really. The way. Nate's just like, when you gonna stop talking, nigga?
No, that's good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I'm back on the sticks right here.
Yeah, Mike on the mic.
Man, Brian Cade, man, thank you so much for making it out
Mike,
here.
thank
man.
you for
It's been
making
a
me feel
pleasure,
so comfortable, bro.
No, bro, dude, that's
I feel like
flowing
I've known you
amazing,
for years, bro.
Bro, same. As soon as you
Feel like
came
we're
in, I was
locked
like,
in.
that's my guy right there.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Making me feel comfortable. Shout out to Culture. Thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to come in and speak my piece, talk about my show. Like I said, man, I'm just trying to be a positive representation of Fresno, California, Central Valley. I mean, if you know somebody handsomer than me in the Central Valley, send me a picture because I think I'm the most handsome. So like leave it on that.
Let's keep it running, bro. Let's keep that music flowing, bro. Excited to see Cade and friends.
Yes,
About to
sir.
go crazy, man. This
December 5th.
pot's about to go crazy.
Yeah. What's up,
Man,
man?
we'll see you guys on the next one. Much love to you guys. Again, presented by Culture Fresno here. Peace. Much love.